Hey there, friends. So, as you know, I am putting together a set of student toolboxes for beginning woodworkers. And a couple of days ago, I ordered some inexpensive chisels off of Amazon. So today we're going to see, are they a good value or just cheap? All right. I do want to thank Richard for your gift. So Richard, if you're listening, your gift was what allowed me to make this first purchase for my student toolboxes. So I ordered this off Amazon 2 days ago. It actually came yesterday. So 1 day delivery for Prime. Uh, the first impressions are actually very nice. The box, it comes in a nice box. We open it up and the chisels themselves are packaged, and they say that they're in this particular packaging to prevent rattling and damage of the chisel. In addition to that, it comes with uh, this tool case. I actually did not see that um, in the description, but that's a nice little addition to help protect the tools. Now, the price on this. The price on this was $9.20. This is what I paid for it. They're running a special on Amazon right now. Normally they're around $14 to $15, which is still a really good price for a full set of chisels. But since it was $9.20, I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. If you ever watch Paul Sellers, and you know have a lot of respect for Paul. He uses inexpensive chisels for his students as well. He buys his from Aldi. I've never been able to find Aldi chisels in this area. So these appear to be very similar to the Aldi chisels. Wright did a full study on chisels. I don't even know how many, 40, 50 different chisels out there. And he ranked them based on things like affordability, price, sharpenability, hardness. These are a little bit softer, not as hard as some of the other chisels out there, but that makes them easier to sharpen. So I think that might be a good deal for the beginning woodworker. My first impression is the handle is flat on two sides, round on the other. I'm not sure I like that. But other than that, it is solid wood. It's got a strike ring up here. That's a little bit loose. So there are grind marks all the way through. You can see that the back has no polish on it, which is not unexpected. Again, grind marks on the front, but it seems to have a pretty good edge. So let's see what it does against this pine right here. And this is right out of the box. This is no honing, nothing else. And that actually gives me a clean cut, which I'm a little bit surprised at how clean that is straight out of the box with no extra work. But if we bring it over to the paper, I'm sure I would be really surprised if it's going to do any kind of cutting of the paper. It only cuts it when we get a nice supported cut there. So, you know, again, straight out of the box, I don't think that's too bad. I am going to see how long it takes to flatten this back. I've heard mixed reviews. Some say that it flattens really quickly, others not so much. I got my diamond plate here. I've got it over on the coarse side, and let's go ahead and set a timer here. I'm going to set the stopwatch, and let's see how long it takes to flatten the back. Let's take just a few strokes to see. And look at that. I mean, right off the bat, the very tip is almost flat straight across there. Can you see that? It's almost flat. It's already flat here. Got a little bit of a hollow there, but within 10 strokes, we had a flat spot all the way across the top. So let's spend a few more minutes flattening that. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how reasonably flat this chisel was. I'm at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're just down to that spot right there. Three minutes, 56 seconds, and 92 hundredths to get flat all the way across the back. Okay, we're going to move over to the 1000 grit stone and polish that back a little bit. I can feel a burr over on that side. I'm going to polish it just a little bit more. Nice burr across the top. So come back in, find the bevel. I'm not putting a secondary bevel. This is just primary bevel. Feel the burr back there now. Well, it is cutting hair. Woo. All right. So I am 9 minutes, 30 seconds into this. All right. Let's see how this does. Cutting with much less effort than we had before. Get that curling up there. All right. So getting shavings and not just sawdust. All right, friends. I am optimistic about this. Now, I don't know how it's going to hold up, to pounding and cutting mortises and things like that. But the goal here is to be able to get an inexpensive set of chisels into a student toolbox, one that they can then use to learn to sharpen and use. And for $9.20, which is what I pay for these, again, I think they seem to be a good value. And I'm not going to put them in the cheap category. I'm going to put them in the value category at this time. Certainly not a comparison to a premium chisel, but for a beginning woodworker, just getting started, man, I think that's a good deal. Now, if you compare that to what I started with, which was the construction grade chisels, and this is a world of difference, and I paid more for those. So I think this is a good deal here. All right, as you probably know, I'm trying to start a Sloyd program for the youth in the local community. In order to do that, I have to come up with a minimum of 8 sets of tools. And that's really what prompted the Beginner Toolbox. This set of chisels will go in there. This first set was bought based on donations that have come in. So if you ever feel led to make a gift to help support woodworking for children in this area, you can do that through membership in the channel, some kind of super thanks, super chat, or a donation straight on the website. Those gifts will go straight towards buying tools and help me get set up for a woodworking program for kids. So I think that's going to be it. All right, friends, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Information on the chisel will be down below. Take care. God bless.